How about a team that's just trended in the opposite direction? You just got the number 1 overall pick last year. That is the Carolina Panthers that did clinch the number 1 overall pick, which is going to Chicago because they made that trade, 2 first-round picks, DJ Moore, woof. But people say, guys, that usually things start from the top and work to the bottom, right? It starts up top. And right now, David Tepper, up top, shit is not going well for him for so many reasons. Let's first start off. They make this big trade. Then you draft Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Not
only did you draft Bryce Young, your head coach and offensive coordinator that you just brought in wanted another quarterback, but you overruled them.
Well, hold on. I don't think that's fair to Bryce Young.
We're talking about the drama that has happened with Tepper.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're just saying that this is just his awful ownership.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we clarify that.
Bryce Young, I feel horrible for because he's fighting for his life out there.
He is a talented, very talented player, and he went into a situation that was brutal because what happened was when Frank Wright, who was picked by David Tepper to be the coach, then they fire him, and then you have a press conference to say, we kind of wanted CJ Stroud. We thought we were going to get Stroud, but then we took the number 1 overall pick, and we have confidence in Bryce Young. That nothing says I love my quarterback more than I wanted the quarterback on the Houston Texans. Just going to say that. Now the Panthers are playing uninspired ball. Yes, they have their fair share of issues that go through a season and injuries, but the pulse on that team is so far off. And then it hits didn't think it could even hit a higher point, but yesterday, David Tepper, there's a video that we'll show right here of Tepper. His frustrations go through the roof. A Jaguar fan is jawing at him, and what happens? Well, David Tepper says enough's enough, and whammy, a little drink right to the face. Throw the cup down in disgust and walk away.
That's him in this, as you can see right here, pulling up, and he throws the drink down. He throws on the fan, and then
what a piece of shit.
Who is this next? I think people have been pointing out who this guy next to him is in this white shirt.
I don't know.
I think
he's like non-reaction. Didn't react.
Well, no, I think it's the general manager because I saw people on Twitter joking like he had no idea what to do. Like he was just saying there like Jesus Christ. Like what do you respond like in that situation?
David Tepper is no stranger to these types of things, by the way. He's just a all-around piece of shit. I think it was Joe Pompliano that put out as well. Was it this one? Yeah, here it is. Just wanted to share this with you guys as well. So if you guys can't read this, I'll read it for you. But he paid $40 million to the ex-wife of his former boss for his Hamptons house and then tore it down to build a mansion twice as big. And then he also once said that when a waiter was rude to him, he thinks to himself that I could just buy this place and fire that guy. This is the kind of guy that David Tepper is. And look,
completely hits on the head. He's nearing Dan Snyder levels of bad.
I was just about to say, didn't I say that before the show? Yeah. I was like, this is the next Dan Snyder. As soon as we thought we got rid of Dan Snyder, David Tepper shows up.
Yeah, that was so bad.
I thought somebody, Truth Bear says that the Panthers deserve all the misfortune in the world of how they handled the Cam Newton best player in the franchise history. I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, Cam Newton, it is what it is, and
was that a different owner?
It was a different owner. That's why I'm saying, like, it's not fair to the fans for that. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's not fair to the fans.
So I think I would pause or back.
Tepper deserves this for a lot of reasons, but not because of Cam Newton, I think.
So I'll say word here. Again, that's Joe Pompliano, and that he could be very right with this, and especially with the behavior that's been going on, a lot of people would go, "Well, that makes sense," or I can see that, right? We don't know exactly, but it does not look good for David Tepper because of everything that's happened so far since he took over the Carolina Panthers. The culture has not gotten better.
Imagine if Jerry Jones did that to somebody.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the part of it. When you are an owner of a team, and it's the same thing if you are a star on a team, your expectations are going to be higher. You have to have a certain standard. And especially when you own the team, you're trying to set a standard to change the focus of the franchise. And for the Carolina Panthers, since they went to the Super Bowl with Cam Newton, they have continued to deteriorate. And this is the hardest thing, is how rare of a situation is this, is that you draft your franchise quarterback, sell everything away, give away also a very good receiver in DJ Moore, who now is having his best season as a professional in Chicago, to now you are the worst team. You do not have that number 1 overall pick. And now you don't even know what's going to happen with Bryce Young, because you are possibly ruining his development with what's going on in Carolina. Like, this next hire for him is going to make or break what happens with Bryce Young, but you can't feel good about it with what's happening there. And if you look at that division too, who the hell is taking over that division? Like the Buccaneers, the Saints, who the hell's the other team right now? Sorry, Bucs, Saints, Falcons. This is a window that you have.
Baker Mayfield is by far the best quarterback in that division. Think about that. Like, it's weirdly not. No, I mean, obviously the Panthers situation is just so screwed up right now, but it is so crazy to think that Baker Mayfield, it's literally his division. Like, if he resigns, it's still his division to lose. Like, he can just go build a NFC South dynasty down there, win a few straight titles, finish below 500 and claim a title.
And shit, I mean, that was the other thing. You give away CMC, obviously, with Truth Bearer, you're bringing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the right move. They had to do that. But you're looking at it right now. Do you feel better about where the franchise was after getting the number 1 overall pick? And that's the biggest part here, is you're sitting here and going, I'm not going to feel good about next year because you don't have that pick to get your team better. And you don't even have a head coach to lead these guys.
It's so facts. They're just such a mid division.
And that's the point
so
of that.
Mid.
And that's why I feel bad for the Panthers fans, is that this is a golden opportunity to overtake. Someone has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that division has a lot of mediocrity, has a lot of talented players, but no team has taken over. So,
and that's what I think is interesting, is there's a lot of mediocrity at the quarterback position, but when you look at other positions throughout that division, there are some stars. You have the Alvin Kamaras, the Bijan Robinsons. Like, there's a lot of star power. Drake London's. There's a lot of great players, which I think is so annoying about that division, that they should be more exciting to watch, but they just aren't. Like, it's so hard to watch some of those games because it's going to end 17-13, and the final team to have the ball is probably just going to drive down the field, then throw an interception. Like, just how it always works, it feels like.
Yep. And I would agree with Truth Bearer on this, is that the Falcons are a quarterback away from being a legit team, but they do have to learn how to use their weapons properly.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 1. But that roster we brought up earlier with the Bears, I mean, the Bears playing so well in Justin Fields, that Falcons defense is one of the top against the run, and they're a solid unit, but they have had a lot of inconsistencies at quarterback, and they have not used some of their prize pieces as well as possible. Having 3 first-rounders in Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson, and for some reason that hasn't all gelled. It's not for a lack of talent, but something there hasn't mixed. But for Carolina fans, I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. I just don't know when that moment's going to be.